Hello. I have gotten a bunch of Thomas and Friends items for Christmas. I have a couple of Take and Play engines that I want to show off, and a bunch of Trackmaster items I want to unbox. So I'm going to do a big unboxing video. And we have quite a few items here. We have some Take and Play engines we want to show off. We have some Celebration engines. The glowing track bucket. And then some 3-packs. So I'm going to start with the Take and Play engines. And I'm going to unbox all of these items. So starting off, I have a bunch of Take and Play engines. Some of them are variants. And some of them are new characters. So the new characters are Porter, Caldy, and Steven. And then the variants. This version of Scruff. This version of Luke. This version of Birdie. And the Sir Handel is actually a duplicate that I'm going to customize at some point. So those were the Take and Play engines. Now I'm going to unbox the Trackmaster items. So the first Trackmaster item we're going to unbox in this opening is the glowing track bucket. I have some similar buckets to these. I have the Blue Mountain Quarry track bucket and just the Railway Builder bucket. And these are cool. The big feature here is this lid that is also like a 6-foot crossing. And then you also get some other pieces. And you get this as kind of a way to store your track pieces. So I'm not sure how you open this. It's back. And I believe you just take the lid off. Yep. So you could use this as like an actual track piece. And then this thing. And then these are instructions that show everything it comes with. And then also 3 track layouts you can use. And here's what this actually comes with. There's a bunch of unique colored pieces. So you get a bunch of curves. They're all CS pieces, but they're various different colors. Yellow, orange, red, green. You get 2 blue buffers, 5 S2 pieces, 5 S4 pieces, and 4 S8 pieces. The S8 pieces are a little rarer, so they come in handy. 2 YS pieces, which are just the switches, but the switch part is purple, which is not going to have anything like that. And then you get TRS and TLS pieces, 1 of each. So I think all of our pieces here are just going to be in bags. So I'm going to unbox them. And then some of the multicolored curve pieces. So that was the glowing track bucket. And that is the only non-engine item in this opening. Now we're going to move on to some engines. Alright. I have two items here that are pretty similar. I have the Celebration Percy and Storybook pack, and the Celebration Nia and Storybook pack. I'm going to start with the Celebration Percy and Storybook pack, because these have a pretty unique style of packaging. I don't think any other Trackmaster item currently released has quite this style. These are made for the 75th anniversary, and they basically made like the Steam Team. All the main characters, but they made like the chrome, and they made the cars chrome. So this mail car is actually similar to a mail car that the regular Percy comes with, except now it's all chrome. And I'm not really sure how you open this. I'm going to try and get into it. Alright, basically open it on the side here, and I believe you just slide all this out. Alright. This plastic part, it's just this part left that we just need to get into. And this part should actually be pretty easy. And there's the storybook. Actually, there's some instructions in here. These are pretty typical. Every Trackmaster engine tends to come with these. This is how you put the battery in. And the actual engine is what's left. Move that aside, and then I'll take a look at Percy. So here he is, Celebration Percy, and real quick, I just want to compare him to a regular Percy from this era of the Trackmaster line. Alright, I have come back with a regular Percy model from this era. And I just want to compare these two real quick. So they should have the exact same face. And it should be the exact same mold. With the one difference being that this Percy is all metallic. On the bottom they're the exact same. The wheels are not different in color. And the buffer street doesn't appear to be any different. It's actually pretty similar. I think the only difference is just that one Percy is metallic and the other Percy isn't. And then you also get this metallic mail car. It's pretty cool. Now actually, this Percy actually came with a mail car just like this that wasn't metallic. And I'm going to go see. I'm going to go get it and then I'm going to see how different it looks from the one in this pack. I'm back with the mail car, and then this actually has the new car style. If we want to make like a new kind of car that's unique, they always do this thing. I thought they would have just reused this, but then painted this part metallic. But I guess this actually is a different mold on the bottom. It has the geared wheels, has different couplings compared to this car. On the side, it should be the exact same. Ours in that one is metallic and one isn't. some cool packs. They also made a Thomas, and a Gordon, and a James, I believe. But I just have the Percy and Nia so far. And actually, I'm just going to unbox Nia real quick. Now, I know how to unbox these now. You just do it on the side here. And then you just slide this out. First, you gotta undo this tape. And then I think you just slide this out. Yeah, hang on. I think there's still more tape to undo. And then just have this part left, which is pretty easy to unbox. There's the storybook with the instructions inside, like with Percy. And this gold card, which I'll compare. I don't have quite this model, this exact model, but I have something pretty close. And then the actual engine. And I'm going to compare this to the regular, like I did with Percy. Nia. So Nia has this metallic coat. On the bottom, it looks like the exact same. And then this car is gold and has some red wheels on the bottom. It's actually very similar to another car I have, except the car I have is a little bit different in coloring. Whereas the male car is pretty close. I don't have a car that looks exactly like this one. So I'm going to go get Nia, the regular version, and then I'm going to go get a car I have that's pretty similar to this one. Now we're going to take a look at the two Nia side by side. You actually see a big difference. This Nia does not have painted buffers, this one does. So actually a pretty big difference there. And on the side, pretty much the same. The only difference is that this is a metallic color. And on the top, not too much difference there. But the big difference is that this Nia does not have painted buffers, and this one does. And the cars are actually pretty different. So those were the Celebration Percy and Nia. I believe they also make a Thomas, James, and Gordon version. And they're basically just the main characters of the series. They're metallic versions. And they also come with some storybooks. So the only items left in the box are actually a bunch of 3-packs. 3 packs are packs where you get an engine and 2 cars. And usually 3 of them associated with some kind of movie or DVD. And I have 4 here to unbox. First one is Armored Thomas. I have Lorenzo and Gina already. This is essentially the Digs and Discoveries 3 packs. I'll show the other 2 on the back. So now I have all of these. I have all of these. I have Armored Thomas now, I have Gina, and I have Lorenzo. So I'm going to open this and take a look at it. And now I have all the Digs and Discoveries 3 packs. And then these 3 packs are pretty easy to open. There's just some tape on the side and you slide it out. And then you open this on the side, and then you slide it out. And then you get the engine, 2 cars, and then the instructions for how to put the battery in. I think basically every Trackmaster item that comes with a motorized piece is going to come with instructions. So the Armored Thomas 3-pack. I'm going to start with Thomas here. He has a surprise expression. And he's got all of his decoration on the side. And he actually has a helmet at the top that actually comes off. And then it's just the regular Thomas. So I'm going to keep the helmet on him. But it does come off. And then the cars here. You get this car, this cool flatbed with this lion statue. And then you get this car, which I believe those are the same. This is the same mold, not color-wise, but the same mold as the cars. It comes with the Digging for Treasure 3-pack, where you get like the special versions of Thomas and Gina, and then you get Kevin. I believe this is the exact same. Not only the cargo is the exact same, but the mold for the car is the exact same. So that was the very first 3-pack. That's the only variant 3-pack we're opening up. The rest are individual characters. Gustavo. And it comes with a passenger coach and a cargo car. So there's the instructions. So there's the instructions. And then here's the actual Gustavo engine. And I believe Gustavo is a diesel engine. It looks kind of like Diesel 10. Except instead of a claw, he has a horn in the place. And he's new Trackmaster. And he has side rods and he has 6 wheels instead of 4. And they're black instead of gray. And the buffers are curved instead of flat. And Gustavo is number 4, and there's a very faint nameplate on the side that says Gustavo. It's kind of hard to tell. But there is Gustavo. And then, in addition to Gustavo, you also get these cars. You get this passenger coach, which is colored blue and kind of matches him. And you also get this car, which I believe is the same mold as the one that came with Armored Thomas. Except the car is different, and now it says sugarcane on the side, and the cargo is different. It's actually crates this time around. So those are Gustavo and his cars. Kenji and Duchess. I'm going to unbox both of these. And on the back, normally these show the other 3-packs, actually just shows some engines you can get. And so does Duchess. But these were released at the same time as the Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle 3-pack, which is just the normal Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle. And I actually have a normal Trackmaster Thomas from this era. So I technically have that 3-pack. When I say I have the 3-pack, I just mean the engine at the front. And now I have the other 2 engines from those 3-packs. So even though it doesn't show it on the back, the Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle 3-pack was released at the same time as this was. And these are like the most recent line of 3-packs. They're in the newest style of packaging, much like the Celebration Percy and Neo were. And let's just unbox them. Alright, and then we just slide this out. And then you get the instructions. And then here's the actual Kenji engine. We can just take this part off. Yeah. So here's Kenji. And then the coaches. Okay, so I want to take a look at the coaches real quick because this is your average Trackmaster car size. This is how long the coach is. The coaches are like made extra long and actually coming closer to the length of the older cars from like pre-2014, which is very cool that they made them extra long. So that's very cool that they're extra long essentially. And then, actually take a look at Kenji here. Kenji is like a bullet train, which I haven't really seen yet at Thomas and Friends. And then the other 3-pack I want to take a look at is Duchess. But I thought it was interesting that those coaches that Kenji comes with are longer than your average car length. Look, Duchess here. There's the instructions. And I believe you just unbox this like before it was Kenji. Alright. So here is the Duchess engine. Number 2020 on the side. And then the tender and the coach. The coach looks like that. And then the tender which is kind of like Henry's tender, except I think it's backwards. Henry's tender looks like this. This looks like this. And then it says LMS on the side. And then there's the Duchess nameplate on the front. So those were all of the 3-packs we got to unbox today. Quite a few. Now I'm going to show you all the items we have. So here's every item we unboxed in this opening. I've compiled together all the engines and all the cars they came with. So inside the circle we have all the 3-packs we unboxed. Armored Thomas, Gustavo, Kenji, and Duchess. And then Mia is pulling the metallic cars. And then these are just some random cargo cars. This came with Armored Thomas, and then this came with Gustavo. And then Percy is pulling all the coaches we got. These came with Kenji, this came with Duchess, and this came with Gustavo. And there we go, that's all the items we unboxed. And that's 6 new engines for my Trackmaster club.